Namaste, my friends. Welcome back. Session 7. Wow. So the theme of today's sequence is diligence. My friend put it very eloquently the other day to me. He's quite the poet. About what diligence is. It's about showing up on the mat day in, day out, putting in the time, and allowing yourself to go into a situation wherein you have no choice but to learn, because learning will quite naturally and effortlessly happen. It will flow. It'll be a spontaneous expression. That's what we've been doing so far. That's how you've made it here. Session 7, wow. So what we're doing today is showing up on the mat. And yet what we have a tendency to do is apply effort to get ourselves to where we think we need to be. Instead of allowing diligence to just bring us to where we're going to be. Now, where's the problem with this? Well, what's the difference really between diligence and effort? Well, if diligence is throwing a ball 10,000 times so that you learn how to throw a ball properly, then effort is it's the abusive step uncle coach who's yelling at you the whole time, telling you that you're not trying hard enough, that you got to try harder, that you're not doing good enough, and that you're never going to make it unless you try harder. So that's effort. So we have a tendency to apply effort when instead we should just be allowing diligence to bring us quite naturally to where we're going to be, instead of getting in our own way. That's what we're doing today, because today is all about connecting the dots, allowing that which we've learned throughout this series, throughout this course, to be brought together in one cohesive and coherent whole. All these different lessons, acceptance, visualization, positive reinforcement, spinal segment scan, the body scan, the breathing, the poses, moving with the breath, allowing the breath to lead and guide the movement rather than the other way around. All of these pieces are going to be brought together into one cohesive whole. Now, when you can do this sequence in one coherent, smooth, continuous flow without interruptions of the breath or catching yourself up with pain, then you've got it, my friend. You should already have this. Now, if you need to take a lot more time that's going to be than what's provided in this particular lesson to do so, then by all means, absolutely. If you also want to do variations and play around and explore a little bit with your own body-mind, go for it. More power to you. What I'm looking to do is provide a solid sequence which you can do day in, day out, which should allow you to move, free up any sort of lingering tensions throughout your entire body. Now, you can, of course, move around a lot more with this, but this is the basics. That's all often we need. It's just a foundation, a place to start. So, my friend, what we're going to start today is, as ever, with the breath. Now, I'll go through this entire sequence once briefly, and then once more slowly, so that you can follow along. But if you need more time and you feel you want to explore more in a certain asana, a certain pose, you at least have this for reference. You can pause, you can scroll to either side as necessary. So once we have our breath established, sitting here, comfortable seated position, hands on the knees, eyes closed, mouth closed, constricting the breath into Ujjayi, ocean sounding breath. Allowing the mind to settle. Spine long. Feeling the subtle expansion and contraction with the flow of the breath. Remembering the body scan from toe to crown. Inhale high into a seated twist. First to the right. Exhaling deeper into the twist. Inhale, high, exhale to the left, spending 5 or 10 breaths in each pose. Really sink in to a seated bend. To the right, reaching high with every inhale, exhaling farther, inhaling high, exhaling, maybe walking your hands out, keeping your spine from collapsing to your ribcage, equal weight on both hips. And relaxing down. We're going to stand up in base. Now remember your spinal segment scan. Your body scan is going to lead you here throughout your entire body, and you're narrowing your gaze. So go into a spinal segment scan as you stand up into a Tadasana, palm tree pose. Then we'll go into Uttanasana, forward fold. Heart forward, shoulders back, tailbone back. Hands maybe helping yourself down, keeping your spine long, perhaps even soft knees. Once you're anchored here, right foot back to Chatakasana, horse pose. You can help yourself up with the knee. Inhaling high. Exhaling, anchoring yourself. Right hip forward, left hip back. A few breaths here. Then you exhale down. Curl your toes into tabletop position. Take a few deep breaths and exhale into mountain pose, Parvatasana. Tailbone high, 4 corners of the earth. Press down, shoulders out and away from your ears, flat back, tailbone to the sky. Inhale, back down, tabletop position. Inhale, right foot forward, Chatakasana. Remember, acceptance here. You don't have to accept anything. You simply allow it, simply through the recognition of it. And then, bring your hands back down, curl your toes into a forward fold. Inhale up. Remember, here the power of visualization. And what you've been doing is kind of tuning into a certain injury, whether it's your knees, your hips, your shoulders. Essential detail is to have a certain spot. Let's say that I have a spot here on my back that is really painful. Well, you don't want to be moving that spot. You want to identify the defenses that are there, a conceptual block, a cube, if you will, a little, or defensive walls or a circle. Something that tells you this is where I will not move, and you won't be moving around this. And over time, you will notice that this little spot gets, just through awareness of it, it will get smaller. Eventually, it'll disappear altogether, and that's full recovery. So, bring ourselves here to wide-legged squat. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. A few of those, and then you hold yourself here. You can also explore a little bit more movements within the horse pose or Kalyasana. Then inhale high, you have your leg raises. Inhale up, your dynamic movement. Inhale, other side. And then twists. Inhale high, twist. Remembering that any progress that's made is made through positive reinforcement, through positively entraining that which you want, that's what you desire, and recognizing any sort of deviation from that. So, what we're going to do is stand back down in base. Into Dandasana, staff pose. Bring your legs out in front. Maybe you can just get to here, and that's fine too. Go into a seated twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Inhale high, exhale into the twist. Inhale, down. Inhale to the other side, exhale deeper into the twist. Again, 5 to 10 breaths each side. Paschimotto Uttanasana, forward fold as you're breathing with it. Allow yourself to relax and release. The intent is to reach your toes entirely. If you need to bend your knees a little bit just to reach forward, that's okay. The important part is that you're actually paying attention to that little visualized block, that little walls that your body has set up. You're just making them conscious through the power of visualization. And what we're going to do is go up into a bridge. Hold this for a few poses, for a few breaths. Inhale, left foot up. Inhale, the other foot up. Go down into Matsyendrasana, or Matsyenda, fish pose. Feet underneath hips, rolling your shoulders back down. Elbows supporting you. Crown to the sky, heart up. One foot up as you inhale, and then both feet up. Releasing the pose. Shaking out any last lingering tension here, your knees and your lower hips. Sinking yourself deeper into Shavasana, to corpse pose. Allowing yourself to simply witness and observe. Allowing any last lingering tension to release itself into the earth. You spend 5-10 minutes here until your body is fully relaxed. Try to stay awake, try to stay aware, alert, and alive. And then that, my friend, is the totality of the sequence. And we'll be going over this a little bit longer, so that you can follow along a few breaths. In the interest of time, I mean, this could take ideally an hour. You spend 45 or so minutes in this, and you will have had a very, very good check-in with your body and kind of a tune-up, as well as over time you will notice the massive progress, the quantum leaps forward that you've made in your body-mind system, especially when you're applying the techniques that are being made available to you, visualization, positive reinforcement. So let's do this once more. Fully, genuine and sincere intent, desire, and willingness. Like a focused blade, like a laser, cutting through the illusions of mind and anything else that would have you believe that you're anything but not right here, right now. That you are always and already right here, witnessing this, that you are where you are. Punching through with laser precision, through the clouds of thought, so you can see the sky beyond. You're in a comfortable seated position. Deepening into the breath. Establish Ujjayi breath, filling your lungs entirely. Paying attention to the space between breaths, the empty space. Tuning into the body, from toe to crown. You inhale, bring your hands to the sky. As you exhale to the right, again, that will be a mirror for you. You inhale on and exhale deeper into the twist, gently, softly, allowing any tension to release itself quite naturally, simply through the recognition of it. You're not rejecting, you're not resisting anything, you're simply allowing. Inhaling spine long, straight, exhaling deeper into the twist. One final deep breath in as you bring yourself center. Exhaling to the left. Right hand, left knee. Left hand is the second spine behind you. Again, equal weight on both hips. Like there's a string pulling you from your crown with every inhale and exhale, deeper into the twist with every breath. On your next inhale, unwind. Bring your hands high and to the right. You have a seated bend. Bring your right hand to the ground. Inhale, your left hand high to the sky. Bring your heart open. Roll your shoulders back, away from your ears. Maybe walk your hand down a little bit. Keeping your spine long. With every inhale, reaching higher. Looking for a good stretch all along your midsection. Every exhale, evening out any tension on your hips so that you have equal weight on both sides. On your next inhale, bring yourself back up to center. Exhaling to the left. Breathing into your back, your sides, and your chest, rolling your heart open. Gazing up at the sky. On your next inhale, bring yourself back to center. Now, remember the body scan. Give yourself one final look through. And then stand up in base. Go into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Rolling your shoulders back. Heart's drawn forward like a string. Inhaling yourself forward, down, heart back, tailbone down. Maybe helping yourself down a little bit. On your legs, soft knees. Hands back down. And exhale back into tabletop position. Make sure you bring your right foot forward to Chatukasana, walking your hands up, inhaling high. Remembering the spinal segment scan on where you want to pay attention. Where the focus of your attention resides, whether it's down here in your knee, maybe you have an injury there, or somewhere else. Paying attention to each point as your breath moves up and down your spine. Exhale, down, back into tabletop position. One last breath in. With the exhale, bring your heels to the ground, lifting your knees up. Tailbone to the sky, four corners of the earth pressing down, shoulders away from your ears, tailbone to the sky, Parvatasana, mountain pose. Maybe move your feet up, a little bit down. Don't feel bad if you need to allow your knees to soften a little bit. You want to bring your back straight, shoulders away, relax the neck, the scalp. And then, your next inhale, bring yourself back down, tabletop position. Remembering your ocean-sounding breath. Inhale, right foot forward. Remembering that acceptance piece. That even accepting the progress that you've made that you haven't made is progress on its own. Back down. To a forward fold. Helping yourself back up. Remembering visualization. As you bring your legs wide to a high-legged squat. Keep in mind a little spot of interest for you as you inhale and exhale farther down, however your comfort lies. Building those supporting structures, especially if it's a back injury. Inhaling with every rise and exhaling with every fall. Supporting yourself here. For at least 3 breaths. 2. 2. 1. One last exhale, a little bit farther down and then up. And into our dynamic movement with the knee raises. You inhale 1 foot high, shifting your weight on 1 foot. And exhale, right foot down. Inhale, left knee up. Shift your weight to your right foot. Shift your weight to the left. Inhale, right knee up. Shift your weight to the right and left knee up. Gather yourself once more. And inhale, high. Cross your hands and your knee. And exhale into the twist, remembering to positively reinforce if you fall or if you lose your balance in some way. Opening your heart to the side. perhaps gazing over your rear shoulder. Releasing any tension, say, in your legs or in your hips, in your spine. Looking for an even stretch all the way up. Inhale high. And the other side. Inhale to the sky. And exhale. Opening your heart, twisting your shoulders. Your next inhale, bring your hands high, back down. Remembering that positive reinforcement piece. As you sit back down in base, bringing your feet forward into Dandasana, staff pose. Allowing yourself to move gently forward with the rhythm and the flow of your breath. Bending from your hips. Allowing your upper back to release, as opposed to bending from down here. Reaching forward with your shoulders, aiming for your toes. Then going into a seated twist variation. Inhale high to the sky and exhale, heart open. Keeping your spine long, maybe walking your hand closer to your back. Your next inhale, bring yourself back to center, feet forward, exhale to the left. Breathing into your back and your spine, 360 degrees around your heart. Simply witnessing and observing, allowing. So you untwist and inhale to a bridge. All four limbs solidly planted against the ground, and inhale your hip up, pressing down using your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your knees, and your calves to lift you up. Resting here. Wherever's comfortable, maybe down here, maybe up. Looking for a flat position. When comfortable, maybe lifting one leg up as you inhale, holding it for a full breath. Exhaling back down. Inhale the other foot up. Supporting yourself with your limbs as you bring yourself back down. We'll go into fish pose, bringing your hands against the ground, palms down against your hips. Open your heart by rolling your elbows back down as you let yourself down onto your elbows. Keep your heart raised up and the scalp of your head against the ground. Simply breathe here. On an inhale, bring your left foot just a little bit above the ground. Just lift it 1, maybe 2 inches above the earth. And then let it back down. Inhale your right foot up. And then release. And then both feet, a couple inches off the ground. And release. Allow yourself to come out of fish pose. Release any last lingering tensions within the hips. And simply witness and observe. As you lie in Shavasana, tuning into the deeper and subtle aspects of your body, guided by the breath, letting the breath belong to the body, letting the thoughts belong to the mind, relinquishing any and all interest in anything that the thinking mind has to offer you, simply being fully and consciously present here, now, right now, in this moment. Knowing that any thought that arises comes right now, whether it's a thought about the past or a thought about the future, a plan, a worry, a concern. They all are happening right now, in this moment. And that it could never be any other way. And that there is something changeless, regardless of these appearances that arise and pass away within the space of your awareness of them. Your body, its pain, the pleasure that it feels, that you experience, the thoughts that show up, and the emotions that you experience. All of these, they arise and pass away within the space of your awareness of them. And so there's a distance there. You can focus either on the vibrant and colorful experiences that are there in front of you, or you can focus more on the fact that you are aware of them. And that is a deepening and endless process of self-realization. That is the path of self-awareness. Paying more attention to the fact that you are aware. That you are, that you exist, and that within that space of pure existence, direct, immediate experience, is existence and consciousness and bliss, Satchitananda, that you are that which is experiencing. And it is that which is experiencing, which is hearing these words right now, which is feeling these things that you feel, that experiences what you experience. And that is what you are. And that any pain that arises, that you are not that pain. Any pleasure that you experience, you are not that pleasure. The happiness, joy, freedom, and effortless flow that exists independent of any thoughts about it. And it is in fact the default state. It is who you are. Forever free, timeless, changeless, and unaffected by anything that would entangle you or ensnare you, enslave you or enchain you. So breathe deep, my friend. Life in every breath. Free. Effortless. Joyful. Unbroken. Changeless. Timeless. Eternal. Thank you, my friend.